नमः सर्वेभ्यः। अद्वैतचिन्तनमध्ये सर्वेषां स्वागतम्। अपरोक्षानुभूति अनुवर्तते। ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्यासम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। विद्या भगिनी?
हाँ जी, हाँ जी। ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। श्रीहरिं परमानन्द मुपदेष्टारमीश्वरं व्यापकं सर्वलोकानां कारणं तं नमाम्यहम्। नमस्कार जी।
Namaste. Dhanyawad Bhagini. So we have been discussing on the different type of issues which prevents us from knowing the reality or the Atma Anubhuti, our Avaroksha Anubhuti. In this set of next 5-7 slokas, Acharya is showing what is the delusion or superimposition from one on another. Even though we have the knowledge, but we do not acknowledge that, or we do not transact with that knowledge. And that is the cause for all, so all related of misapprehension and related problems. So the shloka starts with Shobha Bhagini, Patatima.
आम् महोदय। यथैवं मृण्मयः कुम्भः तद्वद्देहोऽपि चिन्मयः आत्मानामात्मविभागोऽयं मुधैव क्रियते बुधैः। पदच्छेदः। यथैव मृण्मयः कुम्भः तद्वत् देहः अपि चिन्मयः आत्मानात्मा विभागः अयं मुधैव क्रियते अबुधैः। अन्वयः। यथैव मृण्मयः कुम्भः तद्वत् देहः अपि चिन्मयः अबुधैः अयम् आत्मविभागः मुधैव क्रियते। ननु आत्मा यदि सदैव निष्प्रपञ्चत्वेन भाति तर्हि किमर्थं देहात्मभेदः वर्णितः इति आशङ्क्य अविवेकिनः।
Chandani Bhagini, can you mute? Chandani Bhagini? Yes.
देह व्यतिरिक्तात्म अबोधार्थं विवेकिनः तु व्यर्थम् एव इति सदृष्टान्तम् आह। यथा इति तत्र अबुधैः इति आकार प्रश्लेषे मुधैव क्रियते अपितु न इति तत्र काकुव्याख्यानम् one word. Astu. Kaku Vyakhyanam. Anyat Sarvam Sugamam.
धन्यवादः भगिनि.
धन्यवादः महोदय.
यथैव मृण्मय कुम्भः तद्वत् देह अपि चिन्मयः. Here what the Acharya is saying is that we know that Kumbha is the name and form, and the reality of Kumbha is nothing but the mrit or the mud. So Kumbha yatohi mrinmayah, but for the abudai, those who are not thinking, abudai here we have to say, not should not take as ignorant, but one who do not think, analytically or logically. He may have the knowledge that Kumbha is mud, made of mud, but then that doesn't stand with him all the time. So same, it is only an example of Kumbha and thing, and so what is that even though we transact with the pot as mud, or knowing also mud, it is mud, but the reality is never always in while the transaction goes on, that doesn't remain with us, because there is no need for it. That was maybe one of the reasons why we are not even thinking about it. But only when somebody is asking, we will say, yeah, it's made of mud, or it is made of copper, like what the pot is made of. So even though here the example is given for the purpose of the vikara of the mud to be in the name and form of Kumbha, tadvat deha api chinmaya. Now here is the catch for it. Now deha, is it chinmaya? We don't know that, and even if it is told, it is very difficult for us to accept it, that it is chinmaya, because we see that deha as a jada, or which has got a birth and death, srishti, vriddhi, laya, or nasha. So how can the deha be chinmaya? Iti samshaya sati. That doubt be there with us. But what is saying that while the abudaihi mudaiva atmanatma vivagam kriyate, bhudaihi tavad na kriyate. So the one who doesn't think about it, he makes this, the deha is anatma and chaitanya is atma. That atma and atma viveka is done by futile abudaihi, by those who are not thinking properly. They do this very thing. Now you should remember that the word is used here is kaku vyakhyanam in the last line. It is indicating this methodology of thinking. I'll come to kaku vyakhyanam towards the end of the explanation. But keep this in mind, that it is this part of that what is being referred in the kaku vyakhyanam. So what happens is in that the Budai, even though they transact with the Deha, they also know that is Chinmaya. Why? Because the Chit or Chaitanya or Chetana is felt in the body. So the body, how can we say it is not having the Chetana? The Chetana is felt in the every hair follicle corner or every part of the body we can feel, both internally and externally. So what happens? The Chaitanya or the Chetana is felt throughout the body. Yatha mrinmaya kumbhaha purnataya kumbham. That you cannot even see one part of the kumbha which is not made of mud. Same way, here Chinmaya Deha, the division that Deha is not Chinmaya, even though in the beginning of the class, Dehaga Suman Syad is the questions which he asked. How can that? Drishti, the Gadadrishta Gadad Binnaha, Dehadrishta Dehad Binnaha. These things were taught in the beginning of the lesson. If you remember it, I don't know if you recall it. So, we were told that Deha is Binna and the Dehadrishta is Binna. Now, in this sloka, why do Acharya say that Tadvad Deha Abhi Chinmaya? Abudai ayam atmanatma vivaga mudaiva kriyade. It's futile. Without any proper thinking, they are doing this division of atmanatma viveka. Now, if we let us look at what Vidyaranya Muni has to say that Nanu atma yadi sadaiva nishprapanchatvena bhati tarhi kimartam dehatma bedo varnita iti ashankya avivekino. Iti, if Atma is Sadaiva Nishprapanchatvena Bhati, that is, Nishprapancham means without, in the Prapancha, without the Deha is, Atma is Prapancha Bhinna, Nishprapanchatvena Bhati Sadaiva. If that is the case, then Kimartam Dehatma Veda Varnida, then why did Acharya do the Dehatma Veda in the beginning? The Deha Drishta, Dehat Binnaha, Deha Puman, in all those explanation Varni. Iti Ashankya, Avivekinaha, Deha Vyatirikta Atma Bodhartam, Vivekanistu, Vyartam Eva Iti, Drishtantam Aha. So here is the Kaku Vyakyanam. Kaku Vyakyanam means reverse explanation, or in a secondary form, not in the main form. So why that if now this is the word it is going to take us to that Sarvam Khalidam Brahma explanation. See, Nishprapanchatvena Atma Sadaiva Bhati Kitam Dehatma Veda Varnita. Deha Vyatirikta Atma Bodhartam Vivekinastu Vyartam iti bodhati. Avivekina patati, that those who are not having the proper understanding, they think that Deha Vyatirikta Atma Bodham. That is, the Deha is Jada and Atma is only Chaitanya. That difference is given by the Avivekinaha. Vivekanastu tad vyartam eva eti sadrishtantam yadaiva tatra abuderi iti akara praseshe mudaiva kriyade apitu neti kaku vyakyanam anyat sarvam sugamam. So here, what is saying this? Why do the Acharya api deha api chinmaya? Why did he say that? Because Vivekina, the one who knows that Sarvam Khalidam Brahma or Atma, I am Atma Brahma, that statement, or Sarvam Khalidam Brahma, what does that statement say? Brahma or Atma Vyatirikta Kinchit Nasti. Neha Nanasti Kinchana. There is nothing other than that. Vijnana Vediregena Nasti Kinchit. So that Chaitanya is there in every particle, whether it is in the Deha or in the Prapancha. Everything is a matter of experience or the Chaitanya or the awareness. So how can the Viveki, how he thinks that to do this separation is Vyartha. Now what happens is here is that to take the attention from the body, that I am the Deha, that stand was required, Kagu Vyakyanam, by in the beginning saying that Deha Drishta Dehat Binnaha, Gada Drishta Gadat Binnaha, because we are so much, Dehatma Buddhi was so much predominant in us. Only when those you are being asked to that method of analysis, one side you have been asked to dissociate from yourself, whatever is being perceived is not the perceiver, is to bring you to the awareness. or the Chaitanya or the Chetana or what we call Chit Rupa. So in the Chit, everything is bhati, it's shining, it is known in the Chit now. So unless you know what is the Chaitanya, when Acharya says that Deha api Chinmaya, when he says that, it will not make a sense unless you know what is Chaitanya. Now Chaitanya has been given very clear explanation in the previous slokas where we knew that, it is that awareness which is the substratum for everything, and all the Nama Rupas are appearing in that awareness. So awareness without the Chit Bina, the Chit Vyavireka, Kinchitapi Nasti Tarvatra. So that idea was brought in first by that negations, one side, Anvaya Vyatireka, what that methodology is called. And now he is saying that it is that Chaitanya which you were observing as the body, as a perceiver, is spread through the body also. Because the body doesn't have an independent Chaitanyatvam, and it is not separate from the Chaitanya. Dehavad bhati. Yada kumbham mrinmayatvena api chetapi kumbhatvena bhati. Their way, the Chaitanya, when it is functioning through the body, the Deha has the Chaitanya it, and it is Chinmaya. So the Deha is Chinmaya. And this Atma and Atma Vivagam is done initially to bring the knowledge of what is Chaitanya or what is the Chit Swarupa. Once we know what is the Chit Swarupa, it is the knowledge with which we know everything, or that is awareness and the substratum of everything. Just as the same ocean is the substratum for all the waves, or the same space is the one which is allowing everything to appear in it. Same way, the Chaitanya also is the same one in which the Deha is appearing now. So the Deha cannot be other than the Chaitanya Maya or Chinmaya. This is explained in this sloka. Now, in the next thing, about 5 slokas are there following this, where this one is being drilled into us. So it will appear that it is talking the Kagu Vyakyanam, that the reverse Vyakyanam is being given by the Acharya. So for that purpose, that first sloka was given to make us understand now what is the methodology. First he took us from the world to inside to who we are. Now he is saying that we who we are is the same in everything. Okay. So let us go to the next sloka. Chandini Bhagini, can you read this?
Yes. Sarpatvena nayathara tha rajurajatatvena shuktika vinirta vimudhena dehatvena tathatmata. Padacheda. Sarpatvena yatha rajju rajatvena shuktika vinirta vimudhena dehatvena tatha atmata. Anvaya. Yatha sarpatvena rajju yatha rajatvena shuktika vinirta tatha vimudhena dehatvena atmata. Idani vivekanah kalpit dehat damyam sadrishyat maha sarpatveneti.
Sadrishtantam aha sarpatvena iti.
Sadrishtamaha sarpatvena.
Sadrishtantam aha.
Sadrishtata aha sarpatvena iti.
Dhanyavada.
Dhanyavada.
Sarpatvena yada rajju rajatatvena shuktika vinirnita vimudhena dehatvena tadatmata. Yatha sarpatvena rajju tada rajakatvena shuktika vinirnita tata vimudhena dehatvena atmata. Now, the two examples which is for the delusion or the adhyasa is explained here. Sarpatvena rajju. By the snake, we know the reality of what we forget the reality of rajju. We have the fear and the experience and the snake which is concealing the rajju, and therefore we do not know the reality of rajju. Rajadatvena shuktika, the silveriness in a nature or a shell, is also covering the reality of the shuktika or the shell which is it. But what if you look at it, the rajju had never become at any point of time the sarpa. It was the rajju before, while the experience of snake is there, and even after that misapprehension was removed of the snake, the rajju which was there, it was untouched or undisturbed or unaffected by the effect on the observer. Same is the case with the silver in the shell, seashell, which we see it from a distance. The shining silver is a imagination on a shell, as if somebody has lost a coin on the sand or something like that. We feel that the silveriness is not of the shell, but the shell has never left its originality of shell, even before, while the silveriness being experienced, or after also. Vinirnita means nirnita by the vimudhena, the people who do not look into the reality, they get confused, the rajju for the snake and shuktika for the silver. Tada vimudhena dehatvena atmata. Now dehatvam atmana. Dehatvam sarpatvam rajju, dehatvam atma. Atmata, or the self, is the deha, is superimposed on the atmata by the dehatvena vimudhena, by who are not understanding. But atma had never become the deha, even though in the previous sloka said that deha chinmaya stovi. But here he is saying that deha is atmatvena adhyaropite. So if you know the deha as deha, but if we know that atma deham chinmaya, if that knowledge is there, which is the vivekina vyartam iti, then there is no delusion. The delusion is when we think that the deha is separate, atma is separate, which is in the case of that, in the dualists, the Dvaitins and the Vishishtadvaitins, they have that deha and atma are different, and jiva atma difference, that they have that. But what Advaita says is that atma tadvaitam paramartada atma eka asti, which is, we say, ayam atma brahma, prajnanam brahma. All those things is that there is nothing other, nena nasti kinchana. So if we think that deha atma is nothing but atma itself, or atma deha rupena bhati, then you are not a vimuda. But if we are thinking that deha is pratak and in that there is a separate atma, then you are definitely a muda. You do not know that there is a serpent separate from a rajju, or a silver separate from shuktika. In that case, with that superimposition, even after knowledge, you are not ready to accept. No, I saw a snake on here just now, on this place, very place. Even when the rope is shown, if somebody is refusing to accept it, What else will we call him other than that? Idanim avivekinah kalpita dehatmya drishtanta maha sarpatvena. So that sarpa example is that kalpita dehatadhatmyam. So dehatadhatmyam kalpitam asti. Deha is not separate, atma is not separate. Tadatmyam is a superimposition. Idanim avivekinah. But Deha has no independent existence unless the Atma shines through the Deha. That is what happens when we are in the deep sleep. When the Atma avabodha deha prati na gacchati. That time we don't have the I-ness, the individuality, ego, mind, intellect, all the Sushma Shariras, the Panchasakosha Sharira, Viveka, all those things are gone for a toss when the Atma is not shining on the Deha. So that time the Deha is non-existent, actually speaking. We cannot say it was existing for us because we never felt it. The third party may say that your Deha was there, you were sleeping, but that doesn't mean that way. The third party experience is not our knowledge. So what happens in such a case is that our experiences which we experience in our mind, in the dream, other people are not knowing. So if somebody says a dream and says that, can we accept it? Now we don't accept it. But we have a common shared reality of the waking. In that waking we say that, that what both of us see, experience is the reality, is the thing. But we are forgetting one thing, that the idea that there is somebody other than I is also part of the delusion, and that delusion is explaining that it is exactly like what happens in the dream. We are having a person in the dream and that person is explaining in the dream about the experiences, but when we wake up, that person, myself in the dream, both of our shared experiences became null and void when we wake up. Same way, when we are able to realize the reality of the Chaitanya or the Chetana or the knowledge, the substratum of everything, even the individual existing in our common experiences will become mithya. Mithya means sadasat vilakshanam. You cannot say sat, you cannot say asat, it is sadasat vilakshanam, because it is not unreal, because experience is real. But it is saying that it is not real because they do not last. Trikala avaditam doesn't remain that. So dehatvena atmata, if it is a superimposition, and if you have the separateness of deha and atma, then it is a vimuda. I mean, it's a buddhi brahma. Now, Shobha Pagani, we will have to read this. I mean, you can read one by one.
Okay, Madhya. Ghatatveena yatha prithvi patatveena iva tantavaha vinirnita vimudhena dehatvena tathatmata. Padachedha ghatatveena yatha prithvi patatveena eva tantavaha vinirnita vimudhena dehatvena tatha atmata. Anvayah yatha ghatatveena prithvi eva patatveena tantavaha tatha vimudhena vinirnita dehatvena atmata. Ghatatveena iti. Agre api patami va?
Agre api patatu. Then I can explain both the things together. But they are all, it is a common thing.
Kanakam kundalatvena tarangatvena vaijalam vinirnita vimudhena dehatvena tathatmata. Padachedaha kanakam kundalatvena tarangatvena eva jalam vinirnita vimudhena dehatvena tatha atmata. Anvayah yatha kanakam kundalatvena eva tarangatvena jalam tatha vimudhena vinirnita dehatvena atmata. कनकम् इति.
धन्यवादः भगिनि.
धन्यवादः महोदय.
Now here in these two shlokas and the coming page also, next two shlokas also are all talking the same thing. Vinirnida vimutena dehatvena tadatmata. So Gadatvena yata prithivi. Now that in the previous mridmayam kumbha, here he is a Gadatvena yata prithivi. Padatvena yava tandavaha vinirnida vimutena dehatvena tadatmata. So here also it is the same analogy is being continued. So the Ghadatvam separate from the Prithvi. I know the Prithvi because through the Gada. Same way Padatvena tandavaha, from the threads, from the cloth, and that relationship between the tandava, the thread. Now the thread and pada, what is the sambandha? The relationship between two, Prithvi, Gada or Gada, tandava, pada is the same way that it is not karya karana. It is not becoming a cause for becoming a Gada. Prithvi has never become a cause to become a Gada. Prithvi itself is Gada. So Gadatvena Prithvi is the reverse of that which the Vimutta thinks. So in the Gadatvena Prithvi, the Padatvena Tandavaha is the reverse of the thinking by the Vimutta. And same way, Dehatvena Atmadaha, because I know Atma because of my Deha. I am having that Deha Pratakasti and my Atma is there inside. Same way, that the thread is there and the cloth is separate. That separated feeling is the vinirnida. That word is that for that. Separatedness. That these are all because of the, total not understanding the reality between that. There is no pada separately from tandavaha. There is no ghata separate from prithvi. Same way there is no deha separate from atmata. In all these things, what it is showing is that if we do not understand the meaning that the separatedness, that the normal methodology of thinking is that the cause and effect relationship. We think that Prithvi has to go through a parinama or become a cause and effect for the Ghada, or the threads have to go through a cause and effect method to become a Pada. Same way, Atma has to go through a conversion or any changes to become Deha. Then all these vinirnita is these type of separation which is being affirmed by. This is the cause for the total confusion or not knowing the reality. Same way, Kanakam Kundalatvena. Tada Tarangatvenaiva Jalam. So here the other two things. Yeah, Vikari Vikara Bhavam, even though it is said that there is no, actually speaking, the Kanakam doesn't go through any changes to become Kundala. Only Nama Rupa has been Adhyasa, has been superimposed on this gold to call it as a Kundalam. The gold has never ever become Kundala in any of the form. But that is what our experience is. We think what Kundala or what the ornament is the parinama of Kundala. That is what our normal, Vikaratum, which is being told by or explained to us. The gold go through a change of process to take a name and shape of a gold ornament. But if you look from the point of view of the gold, has it ever gone through any changes? It can accept any shape and name and form. So from the point of view gold, if you look at it, Kundalatam is only one of the aspects of it. It can take anything. Same is the case with the Jalam. Whether it is called a Taranga, or whether it is called a cloud, whether it is called a river, whether it is called a pond, or whether you call it an iceberg. The jalam has never gone through any change from its point of view. It is still the same in whatever form and name we call it. So vinirnira vimudha, the unintelligent, because we do the separation, and kundalam and kanakam are separate, same way tarangam and jalam are separate, and deha, atma are separate. This is out of, because from the atma point of view, if you look at it, atma eva deha. Yada atma nasti chet dehamapi nasti. Yada jalam nasti chet tarangam nasti. Yada kanakam nasti chet kundalam nasti. One is now not undergone any change. It is the same what it is. The gold is remaining as gold. Then even when you call it as a kundalam, or when you call it as a necklace, or you call it as a ring, whatever may be the shape and name we have, the gold, from the point of view of the gold, it is never undergone it has never gone through a change itself. The name and form is superimposed on that. Same way, Atmata, from the point of view of the Chaitanya or the Chetana, even Deha is a superimposition on the body. On the body is a superimposition on the Chaitanya or Chetana. So this is what is being explained in these two slokas. Similarly, there are the next two slokas also for the same terminology said. So the second line is absolutely the same. There is no change in that. This is to drill into the mind that what we call it as separate is in reality have not gone through any of this parivartana. It is only the non-apprehension or the reality is what is the cause for it. So, Vijaya Bhagini, can you read the two slokas?
पुरुषत्वेयता स्थाणुः जलत्वेन मरीचिका विनिर्नीता विमूढेन देहत्वेन तथा आत्मता. पदच्छेदः. पुरुषत्वे यथा स्थाणुः जलत्वेन मरीचिका विनिर्नीता विमूढेन देहत्वेन तथा आत्मता. अन्वयः. यथा पुरुषत्वे स्थाणुः एव जलत्वेन मरीचिका तथा विमूढेन विनिर्नीता देहत्वेन आत्मता. पुरुषत्व इति. अग्रे पठामि वा जि?
आम् भगिनि.
गृहत्वेनैव काष्ठानि खड्गत्वेन एव अलोहता अयन अस्तु. विनिर्नीत विमूढेन देहत्वेन तथात्मता. पदच्छेदः. गृहत्वेन एव काष्ठानि गृहत्वेन एव काष्ठानि खड्गत्वेन एव लोहता विनिर्नीता विमूढेन देहत्वेन तथा आत्मता. विनिर्नीता विमूढेन देहत्वेन तथा आत्मता. अन्वयः. यथा गृहत्वेन काष्ठानि एव खड्गत्वेन लोहता तथा विमूढेन विनिर्नीता देहत्वेन एव आत्मता. गृहत्वेन इति स्पर्शत्वेन इत्यादि पंचानां किञ्चित् स्पर्शत्वेन इत्यादि पंचानाम् अपि एतेषां श्लोकानाम् अर्थः स्फुटतर एव अस्ति यतः न व्याख्यानं कृतम्.
सम्यक्. धन्यवादः.
धन्यवादः.
Purushatve yatha stanu jalatvena maricika vinirnita vimudhena dehatvena tata mata. Yatha purushatve stanu eva jalatvena maricika tada vimudhena vinirnita dehatvena atmata. Now, in this sloka, some other examples are being told. Stanu and Purusha. In the earlier case, in the two slokas, we had physical objects which we can say that the gold and the ornament both are physically and tangible things. Now here in this sloka, what is saying? Purushatvena stanu. Now stanu is a physical object, the post which you see, but Purushaha, which is being seen as on the post, is an unreal experience. So in the previous sloka, the real experiences are given like Kanaka Kundala, Sarparaju, Etyadi. Not Kanaka Kundala and Jala Tarangam. Here he is saying that Purushatvena Stanu Evam Jalatvena Marichika. So that here the superimposition is that unreal Purusha on a real Stanu, same way unreal Jalam on a Marichika, on the mirage. Same way, these are all examples of delusion or misapprehension. Sometimes we have a physical reality which we are giving a superimposition name and form. Here we are having unreal experiences like the serpent and the snake. Here is the post and the ghost, or a wateriness in a desert, in the mirage. Here also what happens is that on the unreal, the reality is superimposed. The Purusha is unreal. That unreal Purusha is superimposed on a real material Stanu. Same way, Marichika is real, whereas Jalatvam on the Marichika is unreal. Same way, Atma is real, the Dehatvam as a separate feeling is unreal. So Vimuda, Vinirnita is separating that experiences. That see, all these slokas, what are basically wanting to tell us is that our momentary experiences, how much we are unaware of, how much the mind is colluding with the unreality to give a real experience. We are not even bothered about that aspect to know the reality of our experiences, because we are so immersed in our experiences that we don't know whether there is any reality to it or not. The example of ornament being real, separate from gold, is one thing. Same way, the ghost or the person seen on a post, which is Jadavastu, inanimate and non-moving, without life, on that we are superimposing what? The Purusha, which is a Chaitanya Vastu, which is capable of moving, which is capable of interacting with us, that on a Jada Vastu we are superimposing. Same way, so what happens is that these experiences are telling us that we are not really taking any effort to know the reality of our experiences while experiences are there. Now these separations we don't move with, then we are the Vimudas. Now same is the case in the Grihatvena Kastani, the next sloka, which says is that the wood which from where the house is made, the name and form of Griha is nothing for other than the wood with which the wooden house is made. Same way, the Loha or the iron has become a sword, and the sword has got a name and form and a utility, right? Like the Kumbha of the Mrit. Same way here, Khadga and Loha has the same relationship is there. But Khadga is a name and form given for a loha. Same way, Grihat Nama is on the Kashtani because it is the appearance of a utility value of Griha. So, what is the reality? What is our experience? The reality is the experience of the house, but the reality of the experience is coming from not the house, but from the wood with which the house is made. Same way, the utility of the khadga or the sword is what we are realizing, but we are not realizing that that is made of the iron, and it is the iron experience, but which we call it as a khadga or the sword experience. Same way, we have to understand that our every moment experiences, what we experiencing as Deha is not actually Deha, it is the Chaitanya or the Chetana, which is the experience. But we feel that I am experiencing heat and cold on the body. The body is the one which is experiencing. The body is not the experience. The body has the Chaitanya because it is not different from Chaitanya. But if we know that it is separate, vinirnitam krutva pashyati che tat vimudha jayate, then our Mudha Buddhi is the one which is confusing us. So all, pratibodha viditam matam amrutatvam hivindate, bodham prati. For every moment of our experiences, unless we analyze it at every moment, we don't know when the mind is confusing us or when the mind is giving us taking us for a ride and taking us feel that the unreal as real and the real as unreal. Both are happening. See, that is why we have to understand that both examples are given where we have real objects getting a name and form and unreal objects getting the name of a rope, snake and silver or, Sthanu Purusha, all those experiences. So it's a mixture of experiences in our case. We have real things giving a different name and form. We have unreal experiences from inert and objects which cannot do any activity or which doesn't have a Chaitanya. We feel the Chaitanya in that. For example, Rajju doesn't have a Chaitanya. We feel the Chaitanya is there on the surface. It's a moving snake and we can get a heart attack or we can get scared out of that. Same way the stump or the post which is appearing as a Purusha is a Jada. It cannot do anything, but we feel that. Now the reverse is the other way side, where we feel that the gold has become the ornament or the mud has become the pot. So if we totally look at all our experiences in our day-to-day life, we have a mixture of all sorts of experiences, real becoming unreal, the unreal becoming real, and for name and form we give the experiences as different from the reality from the experience, what is giving the experience. This type of confusion is the separation with that, where the difference is being experienced by us. Tatra grihatvena sarpatvena yadi panchanam api etesham slokanam artham sputataram eva asti ato na vyakyanam kritam. Because these are all self-explanatory slokas. That is why Vidyaranya Muni had not taken any effort to give the Vyakhyanam. He has just ended with Kannakam iti, Purushatva iti, Grihatvam iti, like that. Because the sloka itself is self-explanatory. So what the 5 slokas are indirectly telling us is that please open your eyes, ears and everything and do a total evaluation of all our experience in our day-to-day life. Let not the mind collude and confuse us to give that false feeling that, what is not real appears as real and what is real is appearing as something else. These type of experiences are the one which is causing the problem for our absorbing or the knowing the reality. So that is a basic necessity which we need to address our day-to-day experiences. These are all the 5 slokas. Now next 12 slokas are of a different nature. That's why I didn't include those slokas here, because then it will be a sudden jump in the thought process. Any questions? Vijaya, Srividya, Shobhana, Chandini?
No, Mahodaya.
No, Mahodaya.
Right. So we will stop here, and the next 12 slokas are there. We'll take it into 2 splits, 6 plus 6, 6 in the next class, and the following 6 in the following classes.
Ji, who is vomiting yesterday? You were telling, no?
What?
Someone was vomiting. You said something, no? I couldn't hear it properly. To Shobhana Eva you uttered.
No,
Someone
Lalita
was
Bhagini
vomiting, not
No,
feeling well, something like that.
Lalita Bhagini did not come because of not.
Oh, Lalita Ganeshan.
Yes.
Astu ji.
Okay. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Hari Om. Dhanyavada. Namaskara.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಗುರುಜಿ.